Hey everyone and welcome back, I'm Mr. Stoltz. I'm back with another 350 review. Kanye West and Adidas is doing a really good job with this new model. At the beginning I was a little bit resistant of this shoe, as I mentioned in my earlier review of this one. If you want to watch that, click right here. Otherwise, this is a really good upgrade from V1. I actually love this one a lot more than V1 because of comfort, materials, and everything else. So for me, this is the better choice compared to V1. So for today's video, I'll be taking a look at the Beluga colorway and comparing it to the new series of black V2s. And the two I got is the green or olive and then the red. Let's go. So let's take a look at the first box. The first box is the black and green olive, and on the front it reads Yeezy Boost 350 V2. I got it in a size 11.5 and the color is black, green, black. And the second box is the red one, and the label looks like this: Yeezy Boost 350 V2. The color is black, red, black. I got it in a size 11.5. Let's take out both shoes. So I'm gonna start with the green one. So the green one looks like this. Let's put this one here for now, and then the red one. The red is probably the one that the most people have been looking for. I don't know if I agree with that. It's a really nice shoe, but time will tell which one I'm gonna like the most. But here's the red one, and here we got both of them. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2, green and red. All right, so how did I actually get these shoes? This time around, well, with these ones, I got them at Adidas, the European store. And all the other raffles, with this one, I was not able to get it. But with these ones, it was actually the opposite. So I tried on Adidas European store, and I was not able to get a single pair of any of the colors on Adidas website. So I tried out, like everyone else is doing, a lot of raffles, a lot of online raffles and Instagramming, Twitter, whatever it is. And I won, see here, this pair from Sneakers and Stuff, and this pair from Très Bien. So I was super happy that I was able to get both of them. I got this one first, and then a few days later, I got an email from Très Bien that said, "You're one of the chosen ones," and I got the red one. This one was initially the one that I wanted first, but when I got this one, I thought it was such a dope shoe. It was so clean and nice because it's a little bit more subtle than this one. This red one is a little bit more screamy, hey, look at me, but it's not a bad thing. I like both of them depending on what my mood is like and everything else. So I love them. Let's start the review. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll do a comparison video between the Beluga and then the new black version, green and red. Because yes, there's actually a few differences. Not major differences, but small things that is different except color. So I'll go over everything. So let's start with the toe box. We have a big seam in the middle, just like the Beluga. No differences at all. The first difference between the Beluga and this one is that the stripes on these ones does not hit on the same place. On the Beluga, the stripes hits the actual seam right here. But on the black version, it never hits the big seam in the middle. It just keeps going a little bit to the right or left. So that's the first major difference between these two. One thing that I like about the laces is that on the black one, we have black laces for a black overall shoe. And then on the Beluga, we have these two-tone laces to match the gray and dark gray. So it's a pretty cool thing that they're matching the upper of the shoe except the stripe on the actual laces. So I'm kind of curious to see about the future, if we are going to see more crazy colorways, if they're going to make it the same. Like the Beluga has the exact same color like on the upper of the body. So if we're taking a look at the upper of this shoe, it's premium material. It's all black except the stripe in the middle. This shoe was released in the olive green, red, and then copper. Which kind of colors did you get? And also, which ones do you like the most? Red, green, or copper? I actually think that this one is the best out of all three, even though I like this one because it pops a lot more. But once again, it depends on the mood. So the first thing we notice when we see someone walking with the V2s on the streets or somewhere else is, of course, the big stripe in the middle. This is the most noticeable part, the biggest trademark on this shoe. And this is where we have the first differences between this one and the Beluga. With the Beluga, in the middle it says supply 350. You can read it, no problem at all. But on the new one, on the right side of the shoe, only not on the left one, it says supply 350 but mirrored. Here it's backwards, so you can't really read it. So that's the first difference. On the left side of the shoe, it says supply 350, just like on the Beluga. It's not mirrored like on the right shoe. The second difference is the shape of the stripes. On the Beluga, it has a rounded shape. It goes down and then up. It hits the toe box where the seam is placed. On the new one, it's not round at all. It goes down a little bit and it seems to go up just a little bit and then down once again. And then the front does not hit the seam. So that's the second thing that's different between these ones. Which one do you like the most? Do you like the Beluga, where it's a lot more rounded, or the new one with a bit more flat? I think I'm gonna go with this one. So one thing that's pretty cool on the seam underneath the stripe is that we can see it clearly on the Beluga. Here we have the stripe. Underneath the stripe, we have a gray area with a certain type of stitching, and under that, we have a little bit more of a variety of stitching and colors. On this one, everything is black, but it's still the same. Underneath the stripe, we have a black solid stitching of one type, and underneath that, we have a different. So it's the same like on this one, but here it's a little bit more subtle because we can't really tell compared to this one because there's more colors involved. Pretty cool. If we're taking a look at the other side of the shoe, to make it even more visible, I'm gonna start with the Beluga. On the Beluga, we have these waves and lines. It looks really cool. And I always thought to myself, what are they gonna do with the black version? Because you don't have all of these colors to make it even more visible. So on this one, they have just a small and subtle stripes and lines with this one with red, this one with green. It's very subtle, but you can see it if you take a look at it, or even if you press your finger underneath and then the red or green color pops out. So moving down, we have the incredible, the amazing, the super comfortable midsole. This is what probably makes this shoe so comfortable. The upper swell, it's really nice, but the major thing is the boost. And because this shoe has a lot more boost compared to V1, it's actually a lot wider at the back, wider as well at the front. So you have a lot more boost and a lot more cushioning when you're walking around. And this is what makes it so much more comfortable. Even the boost outer sole is a lot more soft compared to V1. And this is just an excellent shoe. This one is just as comfortable, no differences at all. Super comfortable. One thing that I like about the midsole is that it's semi-transparent. It doesn't look as flat when you see that there's something underneath. So it creates a lot more depth and it actually looks a lot better than V1, in my opinion. Taking a look at the back, we have the continuation of the stripe that runs to the back of the shoe. One thing that's different between this one and the Beluga is that this one doesn't fade away as fast as this one. This one fades away pretty quickly and we can see small dots of orange compared to this one where the color continues even more. So there's more of a solid color just after the stitching, and then slowly it fades out to even farther away on the back. If we take a look inside of the shoe, we have an all black inner sock liner, and then with Adidas, trefoil logo, and Yeezy in the same color like on the stripe. So on this one, red, and this one, green. On the Beluga one, we have just a dark gray color. On the inside of the shoe, we have small patches where the laces are threaded. These ones probably add a little bit more strength and durability, and it actually feels a little bit better when your feet are touching it. If we're taking a look at the back of the shoe where we have the pull tab, we have the 3 stripes that runs all the way across the middle part of the back, just like on the Beluga. But a small difference between the new one and the Beluga is that on the Beluga, we have the 3 stripes that's printed onto the material. However, on the new one, the 3 stripes are not printed, it's a second layer. On the back part of the shoe, we have padding around the heel. And this one makes this shoe so much more comfortable, whether you're wearing regular socks, no-show socks, or just lower socks. It makes it a lot more comfortable. If we're taking a look underneath the shoe, at the bottom it says Boost. And then we have visible Boost technology at 2 places. Here in the middle, just like V1, and now on V2 at the top as well. One difference between V1 and V2 is that the outsole is now glued onto the midsole. On V1, everything was in one piece. Let's take a close-up look. Let's see what the new 350 V2 Black looks like on feet. Okay, so final impressions of this shoe. I really like this black colorway. It works perfectly for me right now in Sweden because his shoes tends to get a little bit dirtier here compared to LA and other places. So this is a really appreciated shoe for me in my collection. I got in the red and green. Which one is your favorite? Leave a comment down below. I really want to discuss this one with this one and see which one is your favorite and what do you think about it. All the colorways that's coming out. I know there's a black with a white stripe that's coming out as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I want to say thanks for everyone for watching. If you're new, subscribe to this channel, leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.